All right, so today I want to talk a little bit about programming, right? And, not this kind like software and stuff like that, except you are actually like you have hardware and software to you as a human, right? Why else would McDonald's create billboards and have commercials with those catchy songs, right? Because they realize they can they can program you to then want to eat their food, even though it's not good for you. Okay, but this is not a video about McDonald's, even though we will talk about that a bit. This is a video explaining the power of programming of the human being, the human mind, how you can use that to really get yourself to that next level, okay? And at the end, I will share some things with you of stuff I've learned over the past years to how to really utilize this, this fact to program yourself to be super awesome. And you can have, like for myself, right? I have now an awesome wife. We have a kid on the way. We live in an almost $1 million homestead. I've really had to push myself. It has not been comfortable. It hasn't been easy. Anyone wanting easy riches, go to some other video, right? Go watch, I don't know, whoever you watch, right? But for those of you who are willing to put in the work, right, take a deep breath and then look at, okay, how do I take the fast way there? Again, it's not overnight, but when you can do that and when you can program yourself properly, it's just like a computer. If a computer is programmed to do the thing, it'll do the thing. If the computer is not programmed to do the thing, it won't be able to do it. That'd be like you have a 1990s laptop and you're trying to run the newest version of Zoom and host 100 people on a call. It's gonna crash. That's like you right now wanting to make, let's say, $10 million. You're not programmed for it, so you crash. But here's the cool thing, you can program yourself for it, and it isn't actually as hard as you might think. Okay, so let's look at this, right? I like drawing diagrams, so you can draw along if you want to, right? Okay, this is the human, right? This is you, okay? And now, when you're a little child, see, it's small, right? Relative to the future self, right? So as a kid, right? Now you get a little bigger. And then now this is adult, okay? So that's baby, teenager, adult, okay? So as the baby, right, you are now wide open, okay? Big corporations understand this, right? That's why you'll have like McDonald's uses Happy Meals, right? Kids meals, that kind of thing. Why are they doing that? Because they know the adult's the one that spends money. They want customers for life. Look up LTV, lifetime value of customer. Pretty insane. I just learned this the other day. The average Starbucks customer will spend, guess how much the average Starbucks customer will spend over the span of their life? You'd be amazed how much, like really, really take a guess. Okay, because once I tell you, you won't be able to unhear it. Okay, pause the video if you want to guess, right? Okay, it's $14,000 is how much someone will make, is how much Starbucks will make from someone coming in and spending, $1 on the coffee, or probably $3-4 on the coffee over their lifetime value, right? That customer will spend that much money. Isn't that insane? That's the average. That's crazy. So as a little kid, right, you're this wide open sponge and you have basically nothing really in there. You have your DNA and you have some basic programming from your parents, but it's like, there's just like a few little dots of information. That's why kids can't really speak. Like little babies, they're just like babbling, okay? But then over time, you go through your life, you're exposed to your parents, you're exposed to the media, movies, all sorts of stuff, right? Good days, bad days, people crying, people stressed out. And now as you become like a kid or a teenager, right? Maybe we'll still keep them smiling, right? But over time, you get imprinted, right? Think of every billboard you've ever seen, every word you've ever heard, every song you've ever heard. Like I just realized the other day, I've realized this for a long time, but it really became obvious to me how bad of a person Taylor Swift is. You ever listen to Taylor Swift songs, like you hear them on the radio? What are they all programming young girls with, or guys? Heartbreak, breakup, oh, the pain, the emotion, the roller coaster of a relationship. That's messed up. Taylor Swift should be canceled, right? Ooh, I said the C word right there. But actually, what is that doing for the world? It's literally just perpetuating this feeling of energy and emotion, right? Because it's programming people to feel bad and feel scared about relationships. So as a teenager, right, you heard some Taylor Swift songs, you ate some McDonald's, right? You experienced some trauma, right? You fell off your bike, no one was there to comfort you, all that stuff. That's now a bunch more information that has now been programmed in. Now, here's the other important point is when you get a certain amount of information in, it's like a sponge. It's now full. basically full. Now you shift. So when you were a kid, you're a sponge. That's why you can learn so fast. Here's a blatant example that will prove this to you. Look at how easy it is for a young child to learn a different language. Spanish, Chinese, Russian, whatever. You can put a little baby in front of a video and they'll be able to literally start picking it up and they will speak that language very quickly. That's because their natural learning ability is still wide open. Now, as a teenager, after that shit gets filled up, usually around age 7, it's happening faster nowadays because iPads, TV, all that stuff is literally just loading up the kid with a bunch of garbage. Pokemon, Disney princesses, all that stuff. Like, it's right in front of your eyes. Just take inventory of your life. You'll see it. So now this person's basically overloaded, okay? But here's the thing. Much like a computer, once it's physically programmed, that program's in there. It's basically stuck inside you. That's why you'll go through your life and you'll have trauma and memories from young childhood that are still influencing you today. Think of a day when you were in, let's say, elementary school, and it was a very bad day. Maybe your friends didn't let you sit with them for lunch, or maybe someone yelled at you. Like, I remember very vividly when I was in kindergarten, we had a substitute teacher, and I was like, I did the assignment wrong. I was supposed to cut something on this paper, which is just stupid. I wish I wasn't even in school. I wish I got homeschooled. But anyway, I did that, and I did it wrong, and the teacher was having a bad day, and she snapped at me. Like, she full on yelled at me, and then she made me go get this thing called a red card, and I had to bring it home to my parents. I remember when I got home, on the whole way home on the bus, I was like about to cry, and as soon as I got home, my mom greeted me at the door, and I was full on was crying, and I had this red card for her. I was like, I'm a bad kid. And I literally in that moment accepted I was a bad kid. Isn't that messed up? And that teacher, I don't think she did it intentionally. She was probably just pissed off because she was surrounded by kids and she was a substitute teacher, probably not making any money. So she just transferred her anger and her emotion onto me, right? Program, right? That'd be like one of those dots that got me, all right? Now, here's the issue. You're now an adult, and by this time, you ain't so happy, okay? That's the adult. And you have all these same programs still. They're in there, right? That's why you can hear a song from years and years ago, and it's like that feeling comes back to you, right? It's like that emotion is literally trapped in your body. Your memories are held in your body. Pretty amazing. But now here's the issue. You're so filled up that now you're trying to learn new things. Like maybe you want to learn a new skill, like how do I learn sales? How do I learn marketing? How do I learn how to make passive income, right? The elusive passive income. Maybe you want to have better relationships. Maybe you want to not fight with your spouse all the time. But you have all of this garbage still in there because you weren't programmed properly. Now you're out here thinking, ooh, if I can just buy this one $97 product or read this one book or get this one thing, that's going to change my life. That's not how reality works. I am the bearer of bad news, and you should actually thank me for it. This little innocent kid just got screwed by the world. And that's why you look around at the world and the world's so messed up. And for any of you who are out there claiming, no, the world's a great place, it's so amazing, you're a liar. The world is not a great place. There are certain aspects of life that are awesome, right? Like enjoying the sunset or eating some good food or spending time with your friends or family. Don't get me wrong. There's certain parts of life that are great, but life is not great for most people. If they go to work at a job they hate for 8 hours a day just to earn some money, like kids in this world are being exposed to a bunch of traumatic stuff and no one's there to explain it to them. Like there's so much stuff that's bad in the world. And I know that might feel uncomfortable and you probably want to turn the video off, but here's the good news. You can change this, okay? So now let's fast forward, right? And this is how you get the smile back, okay? This is how you can start smiling again. Is where you can have all of these points, but they're calibrated inside you and it's more structured. And it's like this nice, field, basically. It's like a force field around you. And here's the cool thing. You can now take points out and you can put points in, okay? And this right here, X, that's the thing, this process going from this chaotic person to this, that's what I can show you, okay? If you want to know that exact process, I will literally map it out perfectly for you. But here's the thing is you have to hit me in the comments or send me a DM with the word process. Because it's the same process for every person, but it's going to be unique because you got your own assortment of crazy dots. and you had your own traumas that affected you here and here that are continuing to resonate from you like a tuning fork. If you don't know what a tuning fork is, it's like you can ding it, and then it will make another tuning fork of the similar or the same shape will start resonating just by being around it. Or it's like we have this grandfather clock in the house, and when my dog barks, the grandfather clock will actually start resonating and reverberating. That's you with everything in your life. You're literally resonating back the mess in your life. And for some of you, your life's pretty dang good, right? But there's that certain point that you know deep down you have some messed up dots because you weren't effectively supported as a child. And for those of you who don't want to admit that your life's messed up, okay, definitely don't DM me and don't send me the word process, because I'm not here to help someone who's not teachable. But for those of you who can be honest enough to realize on some level your life still sucks, or maybe on many levels, or in certain aspects, right? It could get even better. Maybe your life's already pretty good, but you want it to get better. Hit me with the word process and I'll explain how to go from this to this, because it's something that requires a one-on-one conversation, okay? So if you want to be smiling more and less frustrated, right, hit me up. And yeah, that's the journey, because at the end of the day, the unconscious, the stuff trapped in your body, that's the real thing running the show. And this is the fast track to get yourself to being happy and have that in like a nice, organized like structure. And then you can have amazing things in your life happen, and you can do it on command, and you can program in new things to that same level. And it's like, that is what resonates. And it's one of the most profound things ever. I could share hundreds of stories with you, and I will for those of you who reach out. All right, cool. Enjoy.